Los Angeles, California, October 18th, 2022. The Getty Museum opens an exhibition displaying the oldest book ever discovered in the Americas, called the Maya Codex of Mexico. Like other Maya codices, the roughly 900-year-old text consists of illustrations and hieroglyphs written on tree bark pages that were bound together like a book.
The Mayans had hundreds, thousands of codexes that were describing the Mayan history and the gods and everything that they wanted to write down. And 4 Mayan codices are known to exist and to have survived.
In addition to these manuscripts, archaeologists have found Maya hieroglyphs carved on temples that date to as early as the 3rd century BC. But since the great majority of the Maya codices have been lost or destroyed, scholars have only recently begun to decipher the ancient writing system.
It's been a long process to translate Maya hieroglyphs, and we're not done. Experts estimate we've got maybe 80% of it translated, and there are still glyphs that elude us.
About 70 years ago, Maya archaeologists started to unravel the Maya hieroglyphic world. And by the 70s, the 80s, more and more of the language was understood in terms of its interface with the glyphs.
As scholars slowly learned how to read Maya hieroglyphs, they discovered the codices contain richly illustrated astronomical charts, divination tables, and instructions for religious ceremonies. But the most important story found in the codices is a historical record known as the Popol Vuh.
Their creation story is called Popol Vuh. In its opening chapters outline that the gods, which they call the makers and modelers, set up the world. But the story really centers around 2 boys, a pair of twins they call the hero twins, Hunahpu and Xibalenque. And they battle with the lords of death, and they make the world safe for creation, us, to occur.
According to the story, after the hero twins have prepared the earth for humanity, they are followed by a larger pantheon of gods.
Their beginning of creation, and they have a date for it, is the 11th of August, 3114 BC. The Popol Vuh says that on that day, the road of the stars descended from the sky, and the gods, 13 of them, descended from the heavens down to earth and imparted knowledge to the local population.
While researchers have documented more than 250 Maya gods, this original pantheon of 13 beings taught the ancient Maya agriculture, mathematics, and astronomy. The most prominent of all the Maya gods described in the Popol Vuh is the flying serpent, Kukulcan.
Lofty thinking and knowledge was a gift from Kukulcan, who gave them sophistication, the art of speech, also mathematics.
Kukulcan was the second deity in the Maya pantheon, and the name means both wind and giver. You find Kukulcan connected with a lot of the happenings in the sky, whether it's, thunder, lightning, storms, rain. And his appearance was as a serpent, which is a very common symbol for wisdom.
What ancient astronaut theorists find particularly intriguing about Kukulcan is that this god is not always depicted as a flying serpent, but is sometimes shown as a humanoid face emerging from the serpent's mouth.
In Mayan iconography, Kukulcan is shown as a serpentine being with a humanoid head that flies through the sky. And it makes you wonder, what is going on here? It's very possible that it's some sort of a craft that is interpreted as a feathered serpent, and a god being emerges from that craft and is a culture bearer.
Kukulcan looks like a snake shooting across the sky. If you look at a modern-day plane, that looks like a flying snake. if you don't have the vocabulary with which to describe the fuselage and the wings, for example. So of course we have stories of flying snakes because those were the best terms with which to describe what they witnessed.